This is something we've been focused on digital currencies for, a couple decades. This is something we've been focused on digital currencies for, a couple decades.
Uber, Bitcoin, self-driving cars. Combine those three together, and you have the self-owning taxi. A car that is a corporation that owns itself, pays for the car lease, the car insurance, and the gasoline from the revenues it makes, giving passengers a ride, and there's not a single human involved in that matter.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. Now, guys, I told you in 2023 in the first quarter, we would get an event. And now we have the banking collapse, which the master magicians pulled off the perfect distraction. And at the end of the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, guys, we're going to have another main event. Now, of course, the markets will still pump and dump until we get that next crisis. Guys, we know they're going to pull that rug. And all we have to do is watch the Fed to know exactly when that's about to happen. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 kids' books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And guys, we have Bitcoin, cryptos, and stocks pulling back. And then on top of it, guys, we have options today. And crypto, we had over $1 billion liquidated in 24 hours. And make sure you watch the video I did yesterday. Guys, we know where it came from. These stable coins, and then also the yield rates. And that's why I tell you to make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators on a daily basis. And we have yield rates right now pulling back slightly, but still high. We have the dollar still strong, but pulling back slightly. And we know that is not good for the markets. And of course, we have volume and crypto high, guys. In order to make a move either up or down, you have to have volume. And then we have Tether and USDC, which we're going to talk about later. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo at $1.79 trillion. And we know it has been steady. And that was yesterday's numbers. But, guys, we know the central bank is raising rates and running off the balance sheet in order to destroy this legacy market so the fourth industrial revolution can rise. Whether robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And guys, we can clearly see these high rates for longer is weighing down on the economy. And then on top of it, you have inflation. And guys, you remember a couple years ago, we had Jerome Powell talk about how strong the consumer was, over $2 trillion in savings. Then that next year, he stated we had over $1 trillion in savings. Now, guys, that has dropped all the way down to $190 billion. And they believe by fourth quarter, you have back to school, you have Christmas, majority of that money is going to be gone for the average person. Guys, remember, you're in a plan. It moves in phases. It doesn't happen overnight. And guys, we have the Federal Reserve Board issues enforcement action against Farmington State Bank. Stated that it improperly changed its business plan without notifying supervisors and getting approval. So we have another little bank biting the dust, and we have Bank of Eastern Oregon taking its assets. And guys, we know it's a lot more banks that are going to be falling because of this fee-based banking model doesn't work in the new digital economy. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget about Grayscale, sent about $23.2 billion yesterday. We know that's going to be lower today. And this article states the SEC to approve Ethereum futures ETF. And of course, it says it's good for crypto. But guys, we know futures, they're cashing out. That's not good for crypto. It's good for the casino. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, getting over into a little crypto news. We have BlockFi opens crypto withdrawals for eligible U.S. customers following court order. Now, we have Coinbase in Canada will suspend trading for Tether, MakerDAO's DAI, and RAI August 31st. And guys, we know that's going to hurt liquidity. But we know USDC should receive the benefit. Now, we have Google upgrade search engine with AI-powered enhancements. And guys, we know Google has already been using AI probably for about a decade. But the reason why I bring this up, because I've seen the difference. When you put in something now, no matter how vague it was, it would bring you the actual searches. Now it asks you to be more specific, like you're actually talking to a person. I don't know whether you've received those experiences, but I've received it several times. So we're starting to see this technology get smarter and smarter, but it's getting smarter from our answers and our usage. So it's actually like a kid is learning from us, but it just has a bigger database where it can store all the information. And we know the people's agenda that's in control of all this data can definitely use it against you. They'll know you better than you know yourself. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And then lastly, guys, we have MasterCard creates a forum where crypto industry players can discuss and collaborate on CBDCs. And we have Ripple, Consensus, Fireblocks, to name a few companies that are coming together. And remember, guys, competition is an illusion for the sheep. These big businesses, big banks, they're working together to get towards the agenda. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, BitChute, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York. From COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.